Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel Young and The Restless Diaries. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless spoilers: Jordan threatens Sharon's life, derails Claire's fatal plot. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Claire Newman has made up her decision that Jordan must meet a deadly outcome. As long as Jordan is alive, she's always going to be a threat to Claire and the people she loves. Claire knows how horrible Jordan is and believes she could take more lives if she isn't stopped permanently. That's why Claire has come up with this strategy to get rid of Jordan forever, so Victoria Newman and Nikki Newman will move on with supporting her. However, these feisty Newman women are missing a critical element of the puzzle. Jordan kept Sharon Newman as a prisoner to make sure Ian Ward kept his end of the agreement, but now she's abandoned their collaboration. Even so, Sharon seems primed to become valuable leverage for Jordan once her life's on the line. Just when it appears like Jordan's going to perish, she may blurt out her ace in the hole. Although Claire may urge they can't allow Jordan harm anybody else, Jordan may point out that Sharon is bound to face a dreadful fate if they go through with this. Since Jordan is the only one in the loop on where she's stashed her captive, it may be a significant curveball for Claire, Victoria, and Nikki. Claire has become good friends with Mariah Copeland, so it'd be particularly tragic if she was the reason for Sharon's demise. Jordan may warn that Mariah and her siblings may lose their mother if she gets wiped off the map now. That could force Nikki, Victoria and Claire to keep Jordan breathing and bow to her demands, at least for a little while longer. Although Sharon will nearly escape the sewer, she'll fall unconscious during her getaway attempt due to the PCP in her drink. That could give Jordan a chance to restrict Sharon again before of this approaching clash with the Newman women. In other words, Sharon may remain stuck in captivity and leave Jordan with some authority when this huge face-off happens. Jordan may argue that murdering her will mean killing Sharon too, so it might make Claire and the others rethink their strategy. Our YNR forecasts hint to more Sharon shockers as all the Jordan upheaval spins out of control, so we'll bring you updates on any jaw-dropping news to come. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest Jordan will play hardball no matter what. Young and Restless return to writing real romances would usher in a new golden age for the soap. Remember way back when the Young and the Restless plots didn't all revolve around executive shuffles and psychos of the week? Neil and Drew's opposites attract collision? Colleen's crush on JT? Victoria and Billy's unexpected romance? Nick and Phyllis's clandestine affair? We recall them all, vividly. That's why we're hoping without hope that the show can recreate its prior grandeur by restoring love stories to the limelight. Don't make us worry what impossible twist will get pulled loose next, make us swoon, make us blush, make our hearts skip a beat. Cupid takes aim. We know that Young and Restless already has couples. But either it's afraid to write them any real relationship conflict, a la Michael and Lauren, Mariah and Tessa, Devin and Abby. The conflict is manufactured, see also, Jack and Diane's silly scheme to save Kyle, or we're just not buying what they're selling, sorry, Kyle and Claire, Cole and Victoria, Billy and Sally. Where is the real, tangible, perceptible romance? Right under their noses, that's where. Give us the we've all been there story of Lucy falling unrequitedly Victoria's son, elder boy Reed. He reluctantly agrees to escort her to a school dance at Walnut Grove but entirely spaces on it. Young boys are jerks that way. Yet there's still a knock at Lucy's door that evening. It's an infatuated Johnny, corsage in hand, proposing to escort his crush to the dance. It's okay. I know you don't think of me that way, he says, but... Before he can finish reassuring Lucy that he's well aware she feels nothing but friendship for him, she impulsively kisses him, her eyes at last open to the darling her obsession with Reed had allowed her to overlook. John Hughes couldn't have done much better. It takes two to tango. Another way to go, Young and Restless might just make greater use of couples that it already has. For instance, finally, Tracy has a terrific significant other in Alan. Beth Maitland is a pleasure, and Christopher Cousins, as smart as they come, if they'd only let the shrink have a sense of humor. But stop playing the characters as cutesy, delve deeper and have some fun at the same time. Why not enroll Tracy and Alan in dance classes, maybe to step up their game ahead of whatever Genoa City's next big wedding is? It's awkward and entertaining at first, but Tracy can't help but notice that sometimes Alan talks to their lovely instructor on the side. And he's sometimes MIA for an hour or so at a time. More, another Young and Restless star has lost their house to the wildfires. Tracy attempts to shrug it off but finally confronts her lover. "I've been second choice often enough," she continues, "that I know the signs by broken heart. If it's over, or if it should be, just take off the band-aid and tell me, Alan. Please." "Wow," Alan replies. "For a writer, you sure don't know how to read people. Is there something going on with our dance instructor? Do you want there to be?" With that, Alan tips the pianist to play a tango and sweeps Tracy off her feet. Afterwards, she sincerely apologizes to her beau for questioning him. "I guess in my mind, after all these years, I just started to think that was the kind of thing that a man would only do for an Ashley or a Lauren, not, well, you know. This is gonna be fun," Alan adds, elevating Tracy's face so she has to look him in the eye. "What is?" she asks. "Showing you all the things that a man would do only for you," he says. This whole dancing thing. Pfft. It wasn't even in the top 10 on the list of things I want to do for you." The Young and the Restless spoilers Tuesday, January 21st, Victor busts Jordan's hit squad, Sally's surprise for Billy. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, January 21st, hint that some hot drama is lurking in Genoa City. Since the presidential inauguration is coming up on Monday, January 20th, it looks like there'll be all-day news coverage that preempts YNR. However, there'll be plenty of storylines heating up as the action begins on Tuesday, January 21st. Claire Newman, Victoria Newman and Nikki Newman will continue their twisted talk of erasing Jordan forever. As the ladies fully cement their lethal plot, Claire will remind out that they have to discuss about the next step. It's not like they can simply casually wipe Jordan off the map in the coffee house, so they need somewhere they can take her to finish it all. Nikki will have a lightbulb moment and encourage her colleagues in crime to grab their coats. It won't be long until Victoria, Nikki and Claire are walking out the door, likely to the area where they'll finally intend to terminate Jordan's life. Things never go off without a hitch in GC, so Claire, Nikki and Victoria are about to get exposed. It'll be Victor Newman who listens in on at least part of their scheme, so he may pursue the Newman women and make a mess of their plot. In the sewer, Sharon Newman will certainly wake up to a big setback. After releasing herself from her chains and passing out due to the PCP in her water, Sharon may easily awaken to find herself bound up again. Jordan might stop by to check on her prisoner and lock her back up, thus Sharon may remain stuck in this scenario for now. Of course, there'll be a lot on the line for Sharon as Jordan is currently the only one who knows where she is. That could be what saves Jordan's life in the end, so her insurance policy could come in even handier than she thought. Next, Sally Spectra will have something spectacular in store for Billy Abbott. After Sally interrupts Billy and Jack Abbott's chat in the jazz lounge, she'll toss up a clue about this surprise of hers and look a touch cheeky. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest Sally will startle Billy in the greatest possible way ahead of their journey to Paris, so stick with us for additional trip predictions and updates on any exciting stuff she's cooking up. The Young and the Restless preview week of January 20th, Ian begs Tessa, Claire's crime, Sally's surprise. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal a preview clip has been published for the week of January 20th, 2025. It depicts Sally Spectra having a surprise for Billy Abbott. Ian Ward begs Tessa Porter for help. Plus, Jordan leaves left a sloppy clue for Chance Chancellor to uncover. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Claire Grace Newman's killer plan. YNR spoilers for the week of January 20th suggest that the teaser footage shows Claire really is serious about her plan to kill Jordan. Claire promised Victoria Newman and Nikki Newman that she would do it with or without their support. While Nikki is on Claire's side and thinks it's the only way to stop Jordan, Victoria thinks this is the wrong method to deal with the villain. YNR spoilers, Jordan Howard's end. During the week of January 20th, the Newman women will still be discussing Jordan. Nikki believes that as long as Jordan is alive, she is a threat to everyone they care about. As Victoria stands looking doubtful, Claire adds that they need to figure out their next step. Claire also adds they need to figure out where to take Jordan, so they can end it. Then, Nikki gets an idea, leading Victoria and Claire outside. However, Victor Newman eavesdrops and is suspicious of Nikki's secret. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Ian Ward begs Tessa Porter. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of January 20th state that Ian will beg Tessa. In the promo clip, Ian is at Society, where he was just banned by Abby Winters. Ian begs Tessa for aid with Mariah Copeland. Ian claims he tried to destroy all the good in Mariah, and he hates himself. Ian insists he has to accomplish this, and needs Tessa's help. Meanwhile, Chance is inspecting Ian's motel room. A glass is found with a particular shade of lipstick. Chance informs Nick Newman that Ian's accomplice must be a woman. YNR spoilers, week of January 20th, 2025. Sally steps up to a table, where Billy and Jack Abbott are sitting. Sally doesn't mean to interrupt, but she has a surprise for Billy. Sally is smiling too, so what kind of surprise is this? The Young and the Restless spoilers, Chelsea and Johnny's bond grows, Victoria's jealousy flares? The Young and the Restless spoilers say that Chelsea Lawson and Victoria Newman recently had a pleasant chat at the Jazz Lounge, where they nearly seemed like they were becoming friends. However, that may be the calm before the storm if Victoria has a reason to clash with Chelsea again. Victoria thinks Chelsea's impact on Adam Newman is a good thing, so she basically gave Chelsea a nudge toward a reunion. It was interesting to watch Victoria and Chelsea being so nice, but how long will it last? Now that Chelsea is moving in the old ranch house with Adam and Connor Newman, she could end up spending a lot more time with Johnny Abbott. Connor and Johnny have built a close bond as brothers, so they're likely to welcome living on the same property. The old ranch home apparently isn't too far from the Tack house, so Johnny might start hanging out with Connor all the time. The closer Johnny gets to Connor, the closer he could get to Chelsea as well. Victoria's jealousy could erupt if Chelsea and Johnny's connection blossoms right before her eyes. YNR fans will recall that Chelsea is Johnny's biological mother, so there's the opportunity for them to build a closer bond. From Victoria's perspective, it may feel like she's losing her status as Johnny's main mother figure. Victoria has sympathy for Chelsea's prior mental health concerns, but Chelsea is doing okay now and won't get a pass if Victoria feels like she's trying to steal her role. Of course, Chelsea would never purposefully try to steal Victoria's place, but she might overstep unwittingly and cause complications. Victoria is going to need a fresh plot once all this Jordan drama dies down, so some renewed tension with Chelsea might play out. Regardless, the shows never truly explored Chelsea and Johnny's friendship, at least not as much as they could. This is a chance to take things further and have Johnny actually connect with Chelsea, so we'll see if YNR takes advantage of it. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate Victoria and Chelsea could wind up dueling sooner or later, so keep with us for more conflict predictions and updates on any heated events to come. Claire plays both sides on Young and the Restless. January 16th. What's the genuine truth? On the January 16th episode of The Young and the Restless, Claire told Victoria and Nikki that she lied to Jordan to protect them from her aunt. The day before, Claire told her aunt she couldn't bear to be around the Newmans anymore. Claire told Victoria and Nikki that she lied to Jordan. Claire told Jordan that she was lying to the Newmans. Which story is true? Why not both of them? Looking out for number one, Jordan raised Claire to detest her original family and to only be devoted to one person, Jordan. But what if Claire took another lesson from her skewed upbringing? What if Claire understood that you should always look out for yourself, no matter what? Why else would Claire, now a new scion of the rich and powerful Newman family, also seek for Kyle, a scion of the rich and powerful Abbott family? Because she wanted to cover all her bases. Should circumstances not work out with the Newmans, she's have the Abbotts to fall back on. That's hardly the move of a nice, innocent victim. That's the move of a skilled, savvy manipulator. Which is what Claire was trained to be. Death to Smoochie. Claire warned Victoria and Nikki that Jordan must die. She said it was to safeguard the family. But what if it was to defend herself? Jordan knows things about Claire that Claire doesn't want her parents and grandparents to know. And the only way to neutralize that threat is to neutralize Jordan. The other side of the coin, but just in case her plans go wrong and the Newmans toss Claire out, she needs to keep Jordan on her corner. Because if Claire wants to wreak revenge on the Newmans, there is no one better than Jordan to have on your side. Claire is playing both sides against the middle. Because she aims to be the last one standing, no matter who finally falls down. The atmosphere in Genoa City is fraught with tension and intrigue as fresh events emerge. As the locals wait for a day dominated by news of the presidential inauguration, the drama will pick up again on Tuesday with heightened stakes and unforeseen twists. Claire Newman, Victoria Newman, and Nikki Newman find themselves embroiled in a scary and hazardous discussion about the procedures required to permanently deal with Jordan, a shared nemesis who has ruined their lives. Their gathering turns darker as they deliberate on how to execute their terrible plan without raising suspicions. Claire, ever realistic, underlines the significance of a complete strategy. She points out that taking Jordan out in a public setting like the coffee house is out of the question. They need a remote, foolproof site where their objectives can develop without hindrance. Nikki, always the fast thinker, has a moment of inspiration. She suggests they gather their coats and follow her lead. Before shortly, the trio is out the door, setting the stage for a menacing rendezvous at an undisclosed site where they hope to finalize their plot against Jordan. However, Genoa City is a place where secrets rarely stay concealed, and plots often crumble. Victor Newman, a man not easily duped, happens to overhear a part of their conversation. Ever the protective and calculating patriarch, Victor resolves to explore further. His actions may place him on a collision course with Claire, Victoria, and Nikki, perhaps appending their plot and exposing their goals. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman's struggle continues in the stifling confines of the sewer. Having managed to free herself briefly, Sharon succumbs to the effects of the PCP-laced water she was forced to ingest, only to awaken once more in shackles. Jordan, her captor, checks up on her prisoner, ensuring Sharon stays bound and powerless. Despite Sharon's terrible predicament, Jordan understands she holds all the cards. Sharon's life hangs in the balance, and Jordan's knowledge of her whereabouts serves as a vital insurance policy, one that may ultimately spare Jordan's life when all is said and done. In another corner of Genoa City, Sally Spectra has a wonderful surprise in store for Billy Abbott. Billy, who is in the midst of an intriguing chat with Jack Abbott in the jazz lounge, is interrupted by Sally's humorous yet secretive approach. She provides a tantalizing hint about her plans, her wicked smile prompting curiosity. The surprise Sally has prepared for Billy promises to be a joyful shock, as the two prepare to go on a voyage to Paris. The details remain under wraps, but it's evident that Sally is keen to make their trip unique. As these storylines interweave and reach boiling points, Genoa City's citizens find themselves ensnared in a web of secrets, machinations, and surprises. With lives on the line and relationships tested, the days ahead are going to be anything from routine. Young and the Restless star Eric Braeden reveals his return to House of 45 Years Lost in LA Fire. The Young and the Restless star Eric Braeden lost his house of 45 years in the LA fires that have destroyed the city. Eric's just one of many Los Angeles citizens who have lost so much because of the fires. The soap veteran released a video before he escaped his home, demonstrating how near the fire was to him. Just a couple of days later, Eric took fans and Entertainment Tonight with him as he saw the damage of his Palisades home for the first time. Eric, appropriately so, broke down when he stepped out of the van to witness his home reduced to ruins. The actor didn't hold back his emotions when sharing this painful event with his followers. Eric Braeden breaks down after returning to his home of 45 years lost in LA fire. In an interview with ET's Kevin Frazier, Eric opened out about fleeing his home days prior. Eric's tone shifted as the view went from homes that were acceptable to catastrophe. When the two arrived at Eric's house, the actor broke down once he got out of the van, looking at the location of where his home had stood. 45 years, man. I didn't expect it would strike me this much, man, Eric shared. I am devastated, man. I am devastated. The YNR star admitted he didn't want his family to see what happened to their property. Eric has been married to his wife, Dale, since 1966. They have one son together, Christian, and 3 grandchildren. Boy, obviously, you've seen a lot of coverage on television over the last few days, and I never imagined this. I didn't imagine this, he expressed. Eric shared various experiences with Kevin, including the many parties and festivities he had with family and friends at his home. Kevin and Eric wandered amid the ruins as Eric mused on the loss. It's such a feeling of loss, man. It's indescribable. It leaves you absolutely disoriented, the actor stated. Despite the loss, Eric also expressed thanks that his family, friends, and loved ones are okay, within these horrific circumstances. The Young and the Restless star Joshua Morrow brought the news to Eric Braeden about his house. During an appearance on CNN, Eric said that his The Young and the Restless co-star Joshua Morrow, who plays his on-screen son Nick Newman, told him his house was gone. Ex-user at Yoga Champagne got a clip of Eric revealing that Joshua had broken past some obstacles and was able to confirm Eric's home had burned destroyed. Sadly, Eric is one of thousands of people in the LA area who have lost their houses, valuables, and lives. As Monsters and Critics previously reported, General Hospital star Cameron Matheson spoke to Good Morning America about losing his home and everything in it. Our hearts go out to all those who have experienced catastrophic losses in the LA flames. Young and the Restless spoilers January 17th, end of the road for Sharon? Will Jordan or Ian finish her off? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, January 17th, can't help notice that time is running out for Sharon. Now that Jordan and Ian have divorced, who gets custody of their hostage? Next on The Young and the Restless, Sharon went from thinking that she murdered Heather to worrying if she was about to be murdered herself in the blink of an eye. She used to believe Phyllis was the worst person she had to deal with, but, boy, Jordan and Ian proved her wrong. Ian intended Sharon to drown in her automobile, and he wanted to frame Phyllis for it. Jordan had something else in mind. She locked Sharon up and seemed to have forgotten her. Sharon spent some time talking to herself, vis-a-vis a return visit from Ghost Cameron, and now she's resolved to stop being the victim. Sharon is ready to fight back. But is it too late? More, could this plot surprise change everything for Claire? Turnabout is fair play. Claire spent her life afraid of Aunt Jordan. But she's stronger now. She no longer feels alone. She's got the backing of her parents, her grandparents, and the entire Newman family. This is why, when she comes face to face with Jordan again, Claire is the one giving the threats. Her aunt should run out of town and never look back because Claire is going to be watching. Checking under the bed, Claire feels so confident with Jordan because she knows Grandpa Victor is on her side. He'll take care of Jordan if Claire can't. Conversely, Victor isn't sure if he can trust Nikki. Now that she knows not just Ian but Jordan are back in Genoa City, Victor expects Nikki to crack and go back to drinking. Sure, Victor is anxious about Nikki's health. But he's much more frightened that she might turn to Jack again. Victor has to save Nikki from herself. Looking out for number one. Jordan's effect over Claire extends deep. From a young age, Jordan implanted in Claire a deep-seated disdain for her biological family and a perverted sense of loyalty to Jordan alone. Yet, Claire's actions hint at a different lesson she might have internalized: survival comes first, and looking out for oneself is vital. Claire has matured into a smart operator, navigating the powerful Newman and Abbott families with planned precision. Her friendship with Kyle, a major member of the affluent and influential Abbott clan, acts as a backup plan should her links to the Newmans break. This decision illustrates Claire's strategic mindset: it's not about loyalty, it's about ensuring her future. Such behavior underlines that Claire is far from the innocent victim she may appear to be. Her decisions align with someone taught to manipulate and prosper in a world of power conflicts. If the Newmans ever turn their backs on her, she'll have the Abbotts waiting in the wings, ready to offer her with another foothold in Genoa City's elite circles. This duplicity is not the trademark of a naive young woman but of a wily and adaptable survivor. Death to Smoochie. Claire's demand to Victoria and Nikki that Jordan must die is portrayed as an act of protection for the family. However, there's more to this story. Jordan's deep understanding of Claire's past poses a huge threat, not just to the Newmans but to Claire herself. Jordan knows secrets that might demolish Claire's carefully crafted life, truths she cannot afford to let resurface. Neutralizing Jordan is less about family loyalty and more about self-preservation. By lobbying for Jordan's elimination, Claire protects her protection while masking her intentions in the garb of familial duty. The other side of the coin. Yet, Claire's cunning stretches much farther. Should her plans with the Newmans collapse, she's kept Jordan as a contingency. In Claire's eyes, Jordan remains a crucial ally, someone who could aid her in seeking retribution if she finds herself evicted by the Newmans. This dual approach demonstrates Claire's skill to play both sides against the middle, ensuring she emerges undamaged regardless of who falls in the process. Claire's technique is one of planned manipulation and persistent self-interest. Her mixed loyalties, shifting alliances, and readiness to reject or side with anybody who serves her goal define her as a master manipulator. In the end, Claire's ultimate purpose is clear: to be the last one standing, no matter who gets caught in the crossfire. Whether it's Jordan, the Newmans, or even the Abbotts, Claire aims to assure her survival and control above all else. Is Claire leaving Young and the Restless? Is Claire leaving the Young and the Restless? That's the question on YNR fans' thoughts after Claire's activities have put her in significant jeopardy. After collecting hints that her insane Aunt Jordan might be on the loose in Genoa City, Claire finally came face to face with her today. Immediately moment Claire saw Jordan, there was a transformation in the character. Claire began dragging the Newman family, especially her mother, Victoria. It was all an act to get Jordan to believe Claire was on her side. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Claire goes to notify Victoria and Nikki that Jordan is free, which implies danger is brewing for Claire. Is Claire leaving Young and the Restless? There's no question that if Jordan finds out Claire turned on her, the latter's life will be in grave danger. Jordan is all about revenge, after all. However, YNR fans shouldn't worry, that doesn't mean Claire's quitting the hit CBS soap. Haley signed a multi-year deal to play Claire and still has a large amount of time left on her contract. The actress also hasn't signaled wanting to depart the show or cease portraying Claire. Another reason Claire isn't going away at the present is because head writer Josh Griffith has huge plans for Claire and Kyle in 2025. They are considered Genoa City's version of Romeo and Juliet, because to the feud between their families. Claire may not be leaving, but that doesn't mean she won't be in danger once Jordan knows she manipulated her. In light of Jordan and Claire's reconciling, we thought it would be a good time for a little review on Claire and her link to Jordan and the Newman family. Who is Claire on YNR? When the character of Claire was originally brought onto the show, she was Nikki's assistant. Soon, fans found that Claire was a plant for Jordan, who desired revenge on Nikki and Victor. Jordan was eager for blood for what Victor and Nikki did to her sister Eve Howard years ago. Eve was also Cole's mom. After Jordan led Nikki, Victor, Cole, Victoria, and Nick to a rural property in Oregon to kill them, it was discovered that Claire was truly the daughter of Cole and Victoria. They assumed the little girl perished when she was born, but instead, Jordan took her out of revenge and reared her to have a vendetta against the Newman family. Thanks to a lot of treatment and effort, Claire has built a bond with her parents and her grandparents. Claire betraying Jordan will prove she fits right in with the Newmans. With Jordan and Ian's cooperation falling apart, the issue arises, who takes control of their prisoner now? Sharon's life has taken a sudden swing from believing she had killed Heather to worrying for her own survival. In just moments, she's gone from torturing herself over previous mistakes to understanding the deadly risks offered by Jordan and Ian. While Sharon originally thought her deadliest enemy was Phyllis, the deeds of these two enemies have taught her just how mistaken she was. Ian's plan was darkly methodical. He wanted to fake Sharon's death by drowning her in her automobile, all while framing Phyllis for the crime. Jordan, however, opted for a different tactic: jail. Locking Sharon away and then seemingly forgetting about her was Jordan's choice, leaving Sharon in a hazardous limbo. Isolated and desperate, Sharon began reflecting aloud, even generating an imaginary conversation with Ghost Cameron, a representation of her inner agony. But Sharon is done with being the victim. She's determined to fight back, despite the clock is ticking. Can she reclaim control before it's too late? Turnabout is fair play. Meanwhile, Claire is enduring her own transition. Once crippled by fear of her Aunt Jordan, Claire has found new strength. With the steadfast support of her parents, grandparents, and the powerful Newman family, Claire no longer feels isolated. This increased confidence propels her to stand up to Jordan. When they finally meet face to face again, it's Claire who gives the ultimatum. Jordan is advised to leave town for good, because Claire will be monitoring, ensuring her warnings are not empty. Checking under the bed. Claire's courage originates in great part from her trust in Victor Newman, her powerful grandfather. Knowing that Victor has her back gives Claire an added sense of comfort. If she falters in her quest to keep Jordan away, she trusts Victor to step in and handle things. However, Victor's concentration isn't simply on Claire and Jordan. His concern also transfers to Nikki. Victor raises reservations about whether Nikki can survive the emotional burden of learning both Ian and Jordan have returned to Genoa City. His anxiety isn't just about Nikki's health, it's about her probable relapse into drinking. Victor's anxiety deepens with the idea that Nikki might turn to Jack for solace. While he's undoubtedly worried for her well-being, Victor's protective instincts are magnified by his fear of losing Nikki's loyalty. To him, rescuing Nikki isn't just about keeping her sober, it's about safeguarding their link. Victor is determined to protect Nikki, even if it means saving her from herself. As these intertwined narratives unravel, the stakes continue to increase for Sharon, Claire, and the Newman family. With secrets, alliances, and personal struggles at the center, Genoa City remains a maelstrom of intrigue and suspense. Who's the love of Billy's life on Young and the Restless? Billy has romanced many gorgeous women over the years on the show, and has been involved of several scandalous encounters. Billy is embarking on a new romance with Sally on the Young and the Restless. However, he might find himself embroiled with Phyllis once more. Love triangle incoming. The winter 2025 previews for YNR revealed a love triangle for one of GC's newest relationships. Sally and Billy have become closer. But it might get upset by Phyllis. She's the loneliest lady in Genoa City. Phyllis hasn't had much luck in the love area lately. Both Nick and Danny rejected her. Ouch. She's been coming around to Billy recently. She was desperate to cooperate with him. Phyllis also understands Billy. Both of them are foreigners. She hoped they would become friends again. Billy has been slowly coming around to Phyllis. But it's unclear whether their relationship will take another turn. Phyllis could stop Billy's growing romance with Sally because of her envy. No matter what happens, YNR viewers will revisit Billy's love with Phyllis at some point. This presents the question of who Billy loves most of all. He's had some fantastic partnerships and hot affairs. Unfortunately, most of them have been torn apart by his excessive gambling and nasty actions. Billy and Phyllis were a poisonous pair. He slept with her when she married Jack, and Phyllis had an affair with Nick when she was with Billy. This tumultuous affair jeopardized Sharon's wedding to Nick. Sharon left Nick at the altar when she learned out what transpired. Then there's the difficulty that Billy slept with Phyllis's daughter, Summer. That's a moment that everyone wants to forget. The jury is still undecided on who the biggest love of Billy's life is. Is it Victoria, Chelsea, Phyllis, or Sally? Is Billy capable of love? His relationship with Chelsea could have worked out, but the show adores her with Adam. Is Claire leaving The Young and the Restless? Fans of YNR have been buzzing with speculation regarding Claire's future on the show, especially following her recent brush with her insane Aunt Jordan. The latest episodes have shown Claire navigating treacherous seas, both emotionally and physically, as her past and present merge in Genoa City. Here's a closer look at what unfolded and what it means for Claire's future on the program. After receiving worrisome hints that her Aunt Jordan might be hiding in Genoa City, Claire finally came face to face with her today. The meeting was tough and transformative. As soon as Claire spotted Jordan, viewers could sense a definite difference in her demeanor. She quickly began attacking the Newman family, notably her mother, Victoria, in what appeared to be a stunning betrayal. However, savvy fans quickly realized it was all part of Claire's calculated act to convince Jordan she was on her side. Despite her efforts to play along, Claire wasted no time running to Victoria and Nikki to warn them about Jordan's freedom. Her revelations have set the stage for a storm of drama and danger. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Claire's loyalty to the Newmans may come at a steep cost. Jordan thrives on revenge, and her fury could make Claire her next target. Is Claire leaving YNR? Fans concerned about Claire's potential departure can breathe a sigh of relief, for now. Haley, the talented actress portraying Claire, is under a multi-year contract with CBS, which means she is not slated to leave the show anytime soon. Furthermore, Haley has expressed no intention of stepping away from her role as Claire, a character that has quickly become a fan favorite. Adding to the assurance of her staying power, head writer Josh Griffith has teased significant storylines involving Claire and Kyle in 2025. The pair are being set up as Genoa City's modern-day Romeo and Juliet, with their romance complicated by the long-standing feud between their powerful families. While danger looms for Claire, her storyline is only beginning to unfold, promising fans plenty of drama and intrigue in the coming months. Claire and her complex Newman connection. Claire's connection to the Newman family is deeply entangled in betrayal, revenge, and redemption. Initially introduced as Nikki's assistant, Claire's backstory was gradually revealed to be much more complex. She was planted by Jordan, who harbored a vendetta against Nikki and Victor for events that transpired years ago. Jordan blamed the Newmans for the tragic fate of her sister, Eve Howard, who also happened to be Cole's mother. In a shocking twist, it was discovered that Claire was not just any pawn in Jordan's game. She was the long-lost daughter of Cole and Victoria. Believed to have died at birth, Claire was secretly taken by Jordan as an act of revenge and raised to despise the Newman family. This revelation rocked Genoa City and changed the course of Claire's life. A journey of healing and acceptance. Despite her tumultuous upbringing, Claire has worked hard to reconcile with her biological family. Through therapy and time, she has managed to rebuild relationships with her parents, Victoria and Cole, as well as her grandparents, Victor and Nikki. This journey has not been without its challenges, but Claire's determination to carve out her place within the Newman family has made her stronger. Her latest betrayal of Jordan showcases just how far Claire has come. By choosing to protect her family over aligning with her manipulative aunt, Claire proves she has inherited the Newman tenacity. Yet, this decision places her squarely in Jordan's crosshairs, setting up a potentially explosive confrontation. What lies ahead for Claire? With her complex history and layered relationships, Claire is poised to remain a central figure in The Young and the Restless. Her calculated moves against Jordan, coupled with her burgeoning romance with Kyle, ensure that her storyline will continue to captivate viewers. While Jordan's thirst for revenge poses a significant threat, Claire's resilience and cunning make her a formidable opponent. As the drama intensifies, fans can expect more twists and turns in Claire's journey. Whether she's facing danger from Jordan, navigating Newman family dynamics, or building her future with Kyle, Claire's story is far from over. The Young and the Restless promises plenty of excitement and surprises for Claire and the Newman family in the episodes to come. Billy Abbott finds himself navigating the complexities of a new relationship with Sally Spectra on The Young and the Restless. However, the path to love might not be smooth as his past entanglements, particularly with Phyllis Summers, threaten to resurface and disrupt his current romance. A love triangle on the horizon. The winter 2025 previews for YNR hinted at a potential love triangle that could throw one of Genoa City's budding romances into turmoil. Sally and Billy have been growing closer, sharing moments of vulnerability and connection. Their dynamic suggests the potential for a solid partnership. Yet, the presence of Phyllis looms large, introducing a layer of uncertainty. Phyllis, currently one of the loneliest women in Genoa City, has had her fair share of heartbreak recently. Her romantic pursuits have not been fruitful, with both Nick Newman and Danny Romalotti rejecting her advances. This string of rejections has left her longing for companionship and seeking solace in familiar faces. Phyllis's history with Billy makes him an ideal candidate for her renewed attention. She's been persistent in trying to work with him professionally, hoping to reignite a friendship that could potentially blossom into something more. Phyllis and Billy share a unique understanding of each other, as both have often found themselves feeling like outsiders in their own families and social circles. Billy, while initially resistant to Phyllis's overtures, seems to be slowly warming up to her again. This shift raises questions about whether their relationship might take another romantic turn, potentially jeopardizing Billy's burgeoning connection with Sally. Phyllis's jealousy and unresolved feelings could create significant tension, pulling Billy back into a whirlwind of complicated emotions and difficult decisions. Revisiting Billy and Phyllis's history. No matter the outcome, YNR viewers can expect to revisit the tumultuous relationship between Billy and Phyllis. Their past is marked by passion, betrayal, and drama, making them one of the most talked about pairings in the show's history. The question of who Billy truly loves most often comes up in discussions about his romantic entanglements. Over the years, Billy has had his fair share of relationships, many of which were both steamy and tumultuous. Billy and Phyllis's relationship began under scandalous circumstances. Their affair took place while Phyllis was married to Jack Abbott, Billy's brother. This betrayal not only destroyed Jack's trust but also caused a rift within the Abbott family. Adding to the chaos, Phyllis later had an affair with Nick Newman, who was with Sharon Collins at the time. This tangled web of relationships caused Sharon to leave Nick at the altar, creating ripple effects that are still felt in Genoa City. One of the more controversial moments in Billy's history was his fling with Phyllis's daughter, Summer Newman. This brief yet shocking affair remains a sore spot for many involved and is often brought up as a low point in Billy's life. Despite these missteps, there's no denying the chemistry and intensity that have characterized Billy and Phyllis's interactions over the years. Billy's other relationships. While Phyllis is a significant figure in Billy's romantic history, she's far from the only one. His relationships with Victoria Newman, Chelsea Lawson, and now Sally Spectra have all played crucial roles in his journey. Each romance has had its highs and lows, shaped by Billy's compulsive gambling, impulsive decisions, and occasional self-destructive tendencies. Billy's relationship with Victoria is perhaps the most enduring and complex. As co-parents, they share a deep bond that goes beyond romance. Despite their many breakups and reconciliations, there's an undeniable connection between them. Victoria has often been a stabilizing force in Billy's life, but their differences have frequently driven them apart. Chelsea, another of Billy's significant partners, brought a different energy to his life. Their relationship had potential, but external factors, including Chelsea's lingering feelings for Adam Newman, complicated their ability to build a lasting partnership. While their romance ultimately didn't work out, Chelsea and Billy have maintained a level of mutual respect and understanding. Can Billy and Sally make it work? Billy's current relationship with Sally represents a fresh start. Sally, who has also faced her share of challenges and scandals, seems to understand Billy in a way that others haven't. Their connection is built on shared experiences and a desire to move forward from their respective pasts. However, the re-emergence of Phyllis in Billy's life threatens to derail this progress. Phyllis's interference could create a rift between Billy and Sally, forcing them to confront their insecurities and doubts. For Sally, dealing with Phyllis's presence may be a test of her resilience and commitment to Billy. For Billy, it's an opportunity to prove whether he's truly ready to leave his past behind and embrace a healthier, more stable relationship. The future of Billy's love life. As The Young and the Restless continues to explore the complexities of Billy's romantic journey, fans can expect plenty of twists and turns. Whether he ultimately finds happiness with Sally, rekindles his romance with Phyllis, or embarks on a completely new path, Billy's love life remains one of the show's most compelling storylines. The question of whether Billy is truly capable of lasting love remains at the heart of his character's development, making every choice he makes all the more intriguing. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Adam gets what he wants, does Chelsea? The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Adam Newman wants to reconcile with Chelsea Lawson. Despite his breakup with Sally Spectra, his intentions are pure. However, Adam is Adam. So, Chelsea's initial hesitation in accepting his offer to move into the old ranch house was defensible. She and Adam are good parents to their son. But Connor Newman's OCD diagnosis can't and isn't being used by his mother or father as a pretext to get back together. The Young and the Restless spoilers. There were good memories. Connor's birth helped Chelsea and Adam. They lost a child, Riley Newman, years ago. Connor never replaces him, as the once and possibly future Chatham knows so well. They reconciled and broke up various times after Riley was lost before birth due to an unfortunate car accident involving Summer Newman. The crux of Chelsea and Adam's issues was never their children. Instead, it was them. They've had good times but couldn't sustain them. Chelsea knows that Adam, as maligned as he's often been, was not fully responsible for all their problems. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Adam Newman wants love. Adam is still in love with Sally. But he's genuinely trying to will himself to love Chelsea more again. He never stopped caring for Chelsea but clearly fell hard for Sally. How ironic that his romantic reconnection with his ex-wife proved to be the unanticipated development that broke his hard-fought restored bond with Sally. Wanting love is natural. Chelsea has been confirming something encouraging that others, including Adam's oldest sister, Victoria Newman, have noticed. Adam has matured to a degree within the last year. Chelsea, like everyone else, is hoping that progress continues. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Adam gets what he wants, does Chelsea? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Chelsea Lawson finds love all around. Love is all around is a classic song written and performed by Sonny Curtis. It became the theme song of the groundbreaking nighttime television comedy series The Mary Tyler Moore Show, which debuted in 1970. That was 3 calendar years before YNR brightened daytime screens. Willing herself to be optimistic, despite whatever life might have appeared to be in the moment, was Mary Richards' outlook. That's a great perspective to embrace, as Chelsea is demonstrating. She's choosing to enter what could become a vexing situation, knowing that there is potential with Adam, both good and bad. Yet, that's what a good parent or, as she's said, good parents, meaning she and Adam do. Maybe they'll also rediscover the love they've shared and reconcile through to a lasting remarriage. They're older and wiser now, and this is Genoa City, Wisconsin, where anything is possible. Young and the Restless spoilers. Sharon's escape plan, Adam's plea to Chelsea, and Claire sees Jordan. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the hit CBS soap Tease. Things are coming to a head on the show. February sweeps are on the horizon, so it seems YNR is kicking things up a notch. It's been all about Ian and Jordan over the past few months. Thanks to head writer Josh Griffith's preview for 2025, we know big twists and turns are coming for that storyline in the next couple of months. The hit CBS soap preview video teases one twist fans have been waiting for since Jordan returned. We also get a look at Chelsea and Adam, who are back in the daytime drama mix. Jordan is busted, and Sharon is desperate this week. Claire got rattled thinking she saw Jordan at Crimson Lights after Esther called out an order exactly like her aunt's. YNR fans know it was Jordan in disguise, and next week Claire will too. In the video, back at Crimson Lights, Claire spies Jordan in disguise and calls out her name. Jordan quickly exits the coffee house, but the damage is already done. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Claire discovers that Jordan is back in Genoa City and immediately tells Nikki and Victoria the news. Meanwhile, a desperate Sharon works to try to find a way to escape. Sharon, talking to herself, looks around for anything that can help set her free. Then, in true soap fashion, she finds something that can work, but it seems out of her reach. Sharon struggles to grab the item before it's too late. Adam has another sit-down with Chelsea now that he's moving to the Newman Ranch. Adam's desperate to have Chelsea and Connor live with him. Adam has another plea for Chelsea, tugging at her mom heartstrings, talking about how happy it will make Connor for all of them to live together. Although Chelsea doesn't respond in the video, we think she'll agree to live with Adam for Connor's sake. Spoilers for YNR reveal that Chelsea catches Adam off guard, and her agreeing would certainly not be something Adam expects to happen. Will Sharon escape before Jordan returns? What will happen now that Claire knows Jordan has been lurking around? Will Chelsea agree to live with Adam? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Adam and Chelsea's reunion, hope or heartache ahead. The latest Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Adam Newman has proposed a heartfelt offer to Chelsea Lawson, a chance to reconcile and rebuild their relationship. Despite the lingering fallout from his breakup with Sally Spectra, Adam's intentions seem genuine. Yet, as any seasoned YNR fan knows, Adam is complicated, and his actions are rarely without deeper implications. Chelsea, ever cautious, has every reason to hesitate before accepting Adam's proposal to move into the old ranch house. At the core of this potential reunion is their shared role as loving parents to their son, Connor Newman. However, while Connor's OCD diagnosis has brought them closer in shared responsibility, it's clear neither Adam nor Chelsea is using their son's health as a convenient excuse to reignite their romance. Good memories amid the chaos. Connor's birth marked a pivotal moment for Adam and Chelsea's relationship. Their joy in welcoming him served as a healing balm after the tragic loss of their first son, Riley Newman, years ago. Riley's death, caused by an unfortunate car accident involving Summer Newman, created a wound that never fully healed but shaped the resilience they show as parents. While Connor has brought immense joy, Adam and Chelsea's history is peppered with turbulence. Their breakups and reconciliations have been numerous, with each chapter revealing both the strength and fragility of their bond. Crucially, their issues were never rooted in their roles as parents. They always stemmed from the intricate and often toxic dynamics between Adam and Chelsea themselves. Chelsea has acknowledged that, for all of Adam's flaws and missteps, he wasn't solely responsible for their relationship's failures. This self-awareness has allowed her to cautiously consider his renewed overtures, though she's keenly aware of the risks involved. Adam's quest for love. Adam Newman remains an enigmatic figure. His love for Sally Spectra hasn't entirely dissipated, and it's clear he's still grappling with the fallout of that deeply emotional connection. Yet, his recent efforts to rekindle a romance with Chelsea suggest a genuine attempt to channel his feelings toward a new beginning. Daniel thought Phyllis should be putting the effort into something reasonable. Billy explained the situation at Chancellor Abbott and why he fired Phyllis. He appreciated her loyalty and being a team again. Daniel wanted to know exactly what Billy's plan was, but he wouldn't divulge what it was. Phyllis reminded him they were in a public place. Billy noted that Phyllis wanted Daniel to have a corner office, but he didn't seem to be part of the team. Phyllis intervened, saying that she and Billy knew they could win and that it was good for all of them, including him. Daniel reminded his mom that she could work with him and have what they're offering without Chancellor or Billy. Phyllis was torn between working with her son and fighting Billy's fight against Victor. Billy and Daniel about it. Daniel told Phyllis to think about it and then left to pick up Lucy. Once alone, Billy said it was clear Daniel wasn't interested in being involved in the company when they took it back. Billy said he needed a clear answer from Phyllis about whether she was in or out. Billy told Phyllis he trusted her and thought she deserved a top spot at Chancellor. Phyllis said she didn't know his plan, and she should if they were in the trenches together. Billy said the best way to get to Victor was through his family, and the most obvious was Adam. Billy told Phyllis he was going to destroy Victor's black sheep son. Phyllis wasn't impressed with Billy's master plan. She reminded him she was at Restless Style when they published Satan's Understudy and said everyone read Making of a Monster. What are you going to say about him that hasn't already been said? Phyllis asked. Billy explained it was a multi-pronged attack that would hurt Newman financially and hurt Victor personally. Billy was sure it would all be worth it, but Phyllis looked doubtful. Billy thought it was a viable blueprint to take back what was his. Phyllis asked if he meant the company or Chelsea. I don't appreciate cheaters. This is not a revenge play, Billy told her. Phyllis understood Billy's issues with Adam but thought it all sounded like a vendetta, not a plan. It's a grandiose vision of a guy who's spinning out again. That's not good, Billy, Phyllis said, concerned. Nick met Victor at Society and told him that his team was great, but they didn't have any clues yet to find Sharon. Nick shared that he warned Ian if he hurt Sharon, there would be hell to pay. Nick thought Ian wasn't working alone and felt that if they figured out who Ian was working with, that person would lead them to Sharon. Nick needed to know Victor's plan for Ian. Victor said Michael Baldwin was looking into a legal way to get rid of him, while Adam would remind everyone that Ian was using Newman Media. Nick said he knew Ian was behind Sharon's disappearance, and he could feel that time was running out. Victor promised they would find her if it was the last thing they did. Nick shared how upset he was thinking about all the possibilities of who took Sharon and why, as well as what she was going through at the moment. He wondered if that was the plan, to torture them before they killed her. Victor told him not to go there. "I promise you. She is the mother of my grandchildren. No one is going to hurt her," Victor bellowed. Chance messaged that the police had news. They asked him to join them. Chance came over and said they had a big break. Sharon was on security footage of someone knocking her out, dragging her into the backseat of her car, and driving off. Victor said he would share the information with his security team. Nick told them they needed to identify the driver as soon as possible. "We find them, we find Sharon," Nick said adamantly. Chance showed them the security footage. Victor and Nick agreed that the person looked familiar. In the sewer, Sharon was starting to panic, needing to find a way out. She struggled to talk herself into calming down and finding the resolve to live. She stretched as hard as she could and managed to get the steel rod she spotted lying on the stairs. She tried to use it to break free from the handcuff and chain. Claire went to the ranch house and told Nikki and Victoria that she had something to tell them, but it had to stay between the three of them, or she wouldn't talk. "It's a matter of life or death," Claire said. She said they could talk it out but needed their word first. Nikki worried it was about Ian, but Claire said it was something just as bad. She shared that Jordan was in Genoa City, and she had just spoken to her face to face. Nikki panicked and grabbed the phone to call Victor, but Victoria got her to stop and hear Claire out first. Claire said that Jordan had gotten out of jail and wasn't going away until she got what she wanted. Claire admitted she hadn't called the police because Jordan told her she had come back for her. Claire wasn't sure that Jordan was there to hurt her. She thought Jordan felt pain and loneliness. Claire explained that she told Jordan how much it meant to see her again. Nikki and Victoria were shocked. Claire explained that she had called the prison, and they said she was still there, but Jordan implied that someone had taken her place. She added how she ran into her at the coffee house and followed her to the overlook. "I couldn't lose her, and suddenly we were face to face, and it all started pouring out of me," Claire said. Claire told Nikki and Victoria that she told Jordan how lonely and isolated she was and that she felt distant from the Newman family and would never fit in. Claire added she told Jordan she was the only one who would ever understand her. "Part of me will always be that person Jordan raised me to be," Claire added. She said her instincts kicked in, and she lied. Claire said Jordan wanted to believe everything she said to her. Nikki assured Claire that she did the right thing. Claire said that the conversation proved something to her. Jordan would never give up, she would never let Claire go, no prison could hold her, the police couldn't catch her, and Newman security couldn't keep her away. Claire said there was only one way to stop Jordan for good. Victoria asked her to slow down, but Claire listed all the horrible things Jordan had done. "She'll always be one plan away from ruining all of our lives. We will never be safe. We will never be free. And I can't go through this again," Claire told them. "We held back last time. That's where we went wrong. We saved Jordan from herself, but look. She's here. She's back," Claire said. Claire said they couldn't make the same mistake twice. All of the hatred in Jordan was still there, and she would kill again. "Jordan will never stop inflicting her evil on this world, so we have to stop her. Jordan has to die," Claire said. Nikki told Claire she spoke from experience and advised her that if they murdered Jordan, she would think more about her for the rest of her life. "It haunts you, and then even in death, Jordan would have won," Nikki told her. "That would be my problem to deal with if that's the price I have to pay to keep you all safe," Claire said. Nikki pleaded that Victoria couldn't bear to lose Claire again, and she'd be in prison. Claire reasoned that Jordan didn't just cause death, she enjoyed it, and she would kill again given the chance. Claire said she was responsible for stopping her before someone else got hurt. Victoria advises her daughter to slow down about whatever she is thinking. Claire reminds them about how Jordan stole her, cost Nikki her sobriety, and made sure she never felt love. She says they will never be free from her. Victoria suggests she is giving her too much credit. Claire says they held back last time, and that is where they went wrong. They must stop Jordan quickly and permanently. Victoria thinks Claire is in shock and doesn't know what she's saying. Claire insists she does. Nikki reminds Claire she is talking about murder and that will cause her to always remember Jordan. Claire doesn't believe it, and if it's true, it's her problem to deal with. She insists that Jordan will kill again if she doesn't do something. Crimson lights. Daniel says he can move past video games. Phyllis says that will give them more options at Abbott Chancellor. Billy loves Daniel's optimism. Daniel reminds him they are attempting to take down Victor Newman. He wants them to think about it. Daniel leaves to get Lucy. Billy tells Phyllis it's good to know where Daniel stands. Phyllis says she can bring him around. Billy wants to know if she's in or out. He's worried she's thinking about starting something new with Daniel. Society. Chance arrives and informs Nick and Victor that they have footage that shows Sharon parked her car and someone clamped a rag around her mouth. Nick is devastated. He says Sharon has been through enough. Chance says the person put an unconscious Sharon into a car and drove away. He doesn't have a good shot of their face, but he's pulling more footage. Chance shows them the photo of the abduction. Nick and Victor note something familiar about the person. They see the person is shorter than Ian. Crimson lights. Phyllis reminds Billy she is sitting there with him. Billy wants Phyllis with him and doesn't want her to play nice. He wants the Phyllis he knows because that's the only way to beat Victor. Phyllis refuses to sit back and wait for the details of the plan. Billy says the best way to get Victor is to go through his family, and the most logical part of it is Adam. Phyllis wonders how Adam can get him Chancellor back. Billy says he is going to destroy Victor's black sheep's son just as they tried to do to him. Phyllis wonders if that is the entire plan. Billy finds humor in simplicity. Phyllis says Adam already has a horrible reputation. Billy reminds her that he does, to them. He's going to make sure the whole world knows. He promises to hurt Newman Media and Victor personally. Phyllis slouches in her chair to process this information. Billy says it is a viable blueprint. Phyllis hopes this isn't about getting back at Adam for blowing up his relationship with Chelsea. She says this is a vendetta and not a plan. Underground dungeon. Sharon finally reaches the tire iron. She screams and bashes the chain she is bound to the pipe with. Newman Ranch. Victoria and Nikki tell Claire this is where they need Victor's advice. Claire isn't blaming Victor but says no one has shut Jordan down yet. She is the only one who understands how relentless her aunt is. Everyone they know is at risk unless they stop her forever. Victoria wonders how they can make that happen. Claire suggests they use her as a lure just as Jordan did. She declares she will not let Jordan hurt anyone else. They can do this together or she will do it on her own. She says, Jordan will die. Thanks for your time. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.